Hello everyone, this is Dethimap here, and I have updated my clue board to be its near final form. It is not quite the final form yet, because I am sure that as time goes on I will have more and more to add, and to be honest, most of the changes to the board have been just cosmetic. As you can see, I have changed the spawn point from being up in the sky to down on the ground. This is the same exact world, so what this means is that I had to completely rebuild from the ground up the clue board over in that location over here, where before it used to be right here. So, the spawn point now has a rule section where you can read the rules of the game, as well as the manual for the card dealer. You can find both books in here along with a map. The map will show an overhead view of the clue board. You can see the spots where you're able to go are marked with a red square surrounded by a black outline. And the doors that you can enter into the rooms are marked with a green line. We will walk through the tunnel and we should reach the clue board. Now, in order to keep things consistent, because this is the first time I'll be making a video since I have updated the clue board for the Bedrock edition, since that came out for PS4, and some of the redstone things have been changed since then. I will be showing off the changes to the rooms first, and then I will be following up with a short tour of the clue machine. It is fundamentally the same as before, but as time goes on I will be showing how it's updated in a tutorial in the future. So first things off, we have the bedroom. Before it used to be extremely boring with just a few beds in the corners, but now I have added a nice little couch, a TV, and a computer desk. The bed's still in the corner, nice little pleasant feeling I believe, along with the trapdoor which still goes underground, leading to the corner room of the alchemy lab. This room is, for the most part, unchanged. In fact, I think it's 100% unchanged. It is the dining room where people go to eat. This here is the kitchen. Small changes here. I increased the height of the pantry shelves. I added smokers instead of furnaces. And that's about it for the changes here. I think it looks a little better. And we have a trapdoor that leads to the secret passageway to the other corner room, the workshop. Over here we have the ballroom. We got a nice little drum set with very different sounds. We got the piano and the jukebox with, I'm not sure if that's all of the CDs anymore, but they're a good amount of them. Over here we have the dice rolling mechanic, the same as before. On this wall you see different blocks and what number they represent. And over here you have two different dice rolling machines, one on each side of the staircase. You press the button, two blocks roll out, you pick them up and you see what you got. So this would be a total of 5. Over here we have the alchemy lab. This is where I moved the button to activate the redstone clue card dealer machine, along with the secret passage that leads to the bedroom. The room looks slightly different because I changed the flooring just to make it look a little bit more distinct on the map. Speaking of more distinct, over here we have the redstone room, which, unlike before where it looked honestly kind of ugly with the contrasting colors, now we have it very red, perfect for a redstone room. We activate the machine and it'll set off this little extended redstone contraption just to give it a little bit more flavor on the floor. And we have the same machine as before, activating and deactivating as time goes on. It's all thanks to this water machine I have here. So we'll turn that off for now, and it'll halt. Over here we have the answers room. I gave it a little bit more of a pink floor just to give it a little bit more distinction, just like before. Seems like a good color for the answers. The library has a nice little secret here. I extended the bookshelves to reach the height of the walls. I think it gives it a little bit more of a important feel to it, I'd say. Like the library is worth something. And here we have the workshop. I added a few new extra tools that have since been added. I've added the blast furnaces. And trapdoor is largely the same because it leads directly to the corner room, the kitchen. Over here we have a button which will activate a secret somewhere in this map. It shouldn't be too hard to find if you can follow your ears. And of course we have the hall. We went in here when the game started. Now, usually I would give the tour of the downstairs area first, but I think that we should keep things a little bit quicker by going to the clue card board. Sorry, I misspoke. To the redstone dealer machine. If you go to the left instead of directly through that door, or if you turn right outside of the map, you will reach the passageway to the redstone card dealer. Now, for the most part, the machine is largely unchanged in functionality. However, due to changes in how redstone works in Bedrock Edition, I did have to make a few things different. For example, the carts move a lot slower than before, so I had to extend the redstone repeaters a lot in order to make it reach the timing at the end on time. Another thing that has long since not worked is over here. Before, this used to be flat because I placed the piston and observer down one block lower. However, I am not sure why that doesn't work anymore, so I just raised it up and just did this instead. It works exactly the same as before. And I believe I did that one other time in the map in order to make things a little bit more consistent. Now, if you have not seen the clue card dealer before, I have made a video showcasing it before, and I will make another one as time goes on as a full tutorial on how to build it. As you can see, we have little signs here that will show you in what order you have to do to reset the machine, because there's a specific order that makes things work very easier. I highly recommend that you follow the steps in order. So, for example, you would remove the redstone here first. You would replace the torch here. And what that means is that you would remove the torch until the input here changes to, well, when the machine's getting reset, you would want this off, but it would be turned on by the end of the machine working. And then you would replace the redstone that you removed there after placing the cards in the dispensers. I also added a ladder to the different floors, as well as a small glass pane to walk on to make things a little bit easier to explore on foot. Over this way is just access to other redstone contraptions that I have made. However, due to reasons, this area is blocked off. I had to use every little bit of room for this. Although, in hindsight, I probably could just create a little bit of a tunnel in the back, but I'll do that a little bit later because I don't want to spoil what's behind there. So now that that's all settled in, why don't we go take a look at the card dealer itself. We will go into the alchemy lab, And I'm actually going to punch a hole in the wall. Don't worry, this is just a copy of the world. And we will activate the machine here. It'll take one card from each of these categories, suit them into the hoppers below, and then it will shuffle the rest of them into these chests, mixing them down below into this gold section where they will be continuously shuffled by this machine into this chest. As soon as the chest is full, or as soon as this is empty, it will retract the chest over that hopper, which will start to activate this machine, filling this chest with all of the pieces. And as soon as it's filled, it will send the tracks off, or send the card off on the tracks, giving each player their pieces. Now, I should mention that there is a way to make this anywhere from 3 to 6 players. All you need to do is, if the game has less than 6 players, you just have to remove the hopper of the piece you do not want to use, place a block where the hopper was. For example, if we don't want the purple player, we remove that, place a block there, any block, and then just put the rail back. The cart will go around the track at least 6 times, which will give just enough time to evenly distribute up to 6 players or as little as 3 players their cards. And then it will activate this machine at the end, causing the minecart to stop. So now that that's activated, why don't we go take a look at how things have changed. In the clue card room, we have the 3 answers to the game: skeleton, golden hoe, and library. And if we go downstairs, we will have, a slightly different layout. Due to how the map has changed, I had to completely redo this. So, there's arrows pointing to the directions of the different pieces, as well as a nice little indicator of what you would be. And in each of the rooms you will find a bed, a chest, and a lantern. Inside your chest you will find a book and quill for you to take notes if you so choose, a map to the a map to the clue card dealer, the clue board, and whatever piece you have. So for this person it would be the zombie, as well as, after the redstone machine activates, your 3 different cards. And it will do the same for each person. So this would be the dragon, 3 different cards. Ironically, they got the dragon. I guess they know they aren't the killer. We got this, the creeper. The creeper is yellow because the zombie matches the green color a little bit better. And I wanted to keep things as consistent with the original colors of the clue board as possible. Red, blue, and white on this side. Kitchen, the wither is blue. Got red for the human. And we got white for the skeleton. And that is how the clue card deal limit works. It is very random due to the nature of how the... It's random due to how the dispensers work. And that's it. Another thing that has changed is I believe that the top-down view looks a lot cleaner than it did before. Like before, you would have this ugly brick building that was really out of place over here. That's where the clue card dealer was. However, now it's over here. And it is a lot better looking, in my personal opinion. It's perfectly in the center as well. Another thing I should mention is, for the spawn point, There's a nice little light sensitive machine that will turn the lights on at night, if you're close enough, of course, as well as a chessboard that I have made. Now, the chessboard isn't exactly as automated as the clue machine, but it still could be a little bit of fun. I'll take out this map and just show you what it is like. It's not perfectly center, but it'll show the important part of the map. Each player places their pieces, and they can be as creative as they want. Really, it's down to the player's preference. And then they just manually move them depending on what they want to do. This is what I decided to go with. I got the zombies for the pawns, and the queen is the dragon, king is the human. The rooks are the creepers. Bishops, well, honestly, I can't remember which one's the bishop or not. One's the bishop and one is the knight. That's kind of the important part. Funny enough how there's just enough heads to show the different pieces of the board. And that has been my tour of the new and improved Minecraft clue board. Thank you all for watching, and tune in the future for a tutorial for how to build your very own clue card dealer. Take care.